this isn't just about some date on a calendar, you know? This is a pretty critical deadline, one that could seriously impact your entire financial life here in India. The final countdown for your PAN card? Yeah, it has definitely begun.
No, really. Just stop and think about that for a second. What would you do? No filing taxes, no big bank transfers, no investing. This isn't some far-off what-if scenario. For a lot of people, it's the reality they're facing as we get closer and closer to this major government deadline.
So let's be absolutely clear. This is not just another routine update you can put off. We're talking about a hard deadline with very, very real consequences. If you miss this one, things are going to change for you, and pretty dramatically. All right, I want you to circle this date on your calendar, put it in your phone, whatever you need to do. December 31st, 2025. That is the final day to link your PAN with your Aadhaar. If you miss it, then starting January 1st, 2026, your PAN gets put into a kind of financial limbo. The basic idea here is really simple. Every single PAN card has to be linked with an Aadhaar. And look, this isn't just about more paperwork. It's a huge part of the government's bigger plan to create a financial system that's more transparent and, frankly, more secure for all of us. So what actually happens if you don't link your PAN in time? Well, the government uses a very specific word for this. They call it inoperative. Let's break down what that really truly means.
Now, this is a super important distinction. An inoperative PAN isn't canceled. It's not invalid. It still exists, but it's like having a key to your house that suddenly doesn't fit any of the locks. You can't use it for any important financial activity until you go back and finish that linking process.
And the difference is, well, it's night and day. With a linked operative PAN, everything just works. Your financial life runs smoothly. But the second it becomes inoperative, you're looking at a total financial freeze. Your tax returns, they could get rejected. Tax refunds, they're stuck. And any major transactions are just blocked. It's a massive headache.
But what's the actual real-world cost here? Let's get down to brass tacks and talk about how this is going to hit your wallet.
Okay, the very first, most immediate hit you'll take is on your TDS, or tax deducted at source. You know, that's the tax that gets cut from your income before you even see the money. For things like the interest you earn on a fixed deposit, that TDS rate jumps from the usual 10% all the way to a flat 20%. The system basically treats you like you don't even have a PAN. And believe me, the problems don't stop there. It's a domino effect. Any tax refund you might be owed gets put on hold indefinitely, and you won't even earn interest on that money while it's stuck. Your tax filings won't be processed, you can't submit the forms to avoid TDS on your interest income, and your ability to invest or trade shares gets hit hard. And of course, all of this follows you right to the bank. Having an inoperative PAN can stop you from opening a new account, from updating your KYC info, or even from getting a loan approved. It becomes this huge roadblock in just your everyday financial life. Okay, I know what you're probably thinking right now, especially if you're a salaried person. This is the big question. If my PAN becomes inoperative, does my paycheck stop coming? All right, so here's the deal. It's a bit of good news and bad news. The good news? Yes, your employer can still credit your salary to your account. But, and this is a big but, they will be legally required to deduct your TDS at a much higher rate. That means less take-home pay for you. Plus, you might see processing delays. So the money will get there, but it's going to arrive with a hefty cut.
Okay, enough of the doom and gloom. Let's talk about the solution. If you find yourself in this boat or you just want to make sure you avoid it completely, here's a super simple, straightforward plan to follow.
The fix is actually pretty easy. Step 1. Go to the official income tax e-filing website and just check your status. It'll tell you right there. If it's not linked, step 2 is to pay the late fee, and then step 3 is to submit the linking request. You can do it all right there on the portal.
So what's it going to cost you to get back on track? Right now, it's a flat penalty of 1,000 rupees. You have to pay this fee to get your PAN reactivated and linked up with your Aadhaar.
Now, here's a really crucial point. Be patient. Once you've paid the fee and submitted the request, it is not instant. The system needs time to validate everything with UIDAI, and it can take anywhere from a week to, yes, a full month for your PAN to become operative again. But wait a minute, does this rule even apply to everyone? Well, no, not quite. There are a few specific exemptions. If you're an NRI, a non-citizen, a senior who's over 80 years old, or you live in Assam, Meghalaya, or Jammu and Kashmir, you're not actually required to do this. So, as we start to wrap things up here, let's just zoom out for a second and think about the bigger picture. This really isn't just about one single deadline. You know, this quote really nails it. At the end of the day, this whole thing is a powerful reminder that keeping your financial house in order isn't just about following the rules. It's a fundamental part of just being smart with your money, and it helps you avoid a whole lot of unnecessary cost and stress. And that really leaves us with one final thought. As pretty much everything, from our taxes to our banking to our investments, becomes totally interconnected and digital, how secure do you feel about your financial identity? This PAN-Aadhaar link, it's just one piece of a much, much larger puzzle. It's definitely something we all need to be thinking about.